Generally, African currencies tend or have tended to depreciate against the dollar. And the reason is because African economies are generally net importers, meaning we tend to import more than we export to foreign countries. The second reason is because African governments tend to spend more than they collect from tax revenues. So this is a phenomenon that we tend to call twin deficit, and because of that, our currencies generally tend to depreciate against the dollar. So I remember when I once went a couple of years ago to Zimbabwe, and they had just converted their trading currency to the dollar. And some of the stories that I was getting from the people were that, at some point at the height of the hyperinflation, someone would sell a house, and by the time they get the money to the bank, or by evening, that money can no longer buy the same house that it had come, the sales process where they had come from. And that's an extreme situation of just how a currency or a local currency can depreciate against the dollar. So Zimbabwe decided to abandon their local currency completely and adopt the dollar. In coming back home to Kenya, in 1988, the $1 was equivalent to 20 Kenya shillings. Today, $1 is equivalent to 101 shillings, meaning that the Kenya shilling has depreciated against the dollar 5 times fold over the last 3 decades. And if I may put it in layman terms, if you had $10,000 in 1988, you probably, whatever it could have bought for you, one thing it could have bought for you today, it can buy 5 times if you maintain the same $10,000. So that is something that is very unique about the local currencies, and it's generally across the world. So this phenomenon has created an emergent group of investors whom I call dollar investors. They strictly prefer to invest in dollar-denominated assets. And in today's video, I want to address the question, where do dollar investors invest? My name is Pius Mugo, the Managing Director of Nabo Capital, and you're watching Invest in Africa. So the first place that dollar investors invest is bank deposits. Unfortunately, bank deposits offer very, very little and almost nothing. But these kind of investors are just happy to hold dollar deposits which earn them almost nothing, just to know that they are not exposed to local currency. And this happens to a lot of people who are probably expatriates, and they earn in dollars in our economy. This has also created another group of investors who are not happy to earn nothing in the bank, and this group of investors actually just keep their dollars at home under the mattresses or under their pillows. And it is a very unfortunate situation because there are not enough dollar products in the market. Are there any alternatives to bank deposits, dollar-denominated bank deposits? Yes, there are investment products that are available and can provide an alternative channel to send your dollar assets to. For example, money market funds. In this market in Kenya, there are 2 fund managers, and one of them is Nabo, who offer money market funds that are dollar-denominated. And the last time I checked, I think this week, the dollar-denominated money market fund was offering 3.21 daily yield, which is net of fees, and that means it is much higher than you would otherwise get in a normal bank deposits in dollars. You could go further for those investors who have a little bit more of risk appetite, and invest in a dollar-denominated fixed income fund. In this market, I know of only one fund manager, and that is Nabo Capital, that offers a fixed income fund that is dollar-denominated. Another option for investments for dollar investors is what we call offshore products. And these are products that are offered by other alternative fund managers who are normally, I see them, they are based from Switzerland, UK, or the US. And they normally come here because they understand that there are people who are stuck with their dollars here and they do not have anywhere to place. So we do work with them, we partner with them, and we use our investment expertise to find the best fund managers out there who we can partner with to help our clients to be able to access the best offshore products that are dollar denominated. So all smart investors must acknowledge that local currencies in Africa have tended to depreciate against the dollar, and therefore it is advisable for them to hold at least 5% of their portfolios in dollar-denominated products. That is something that we strongly recommend, especially to the large investors. Thank you for watching. I hope that video has inspired you and explained to you why there are a group of investors who prefer to invest in dollar-denominated assets and where they actually find products to invest in. If you are that kind of investor, we'll be more than happy to engage you and discuss more on this subject, and we invite you to come to our offices at International House, 5th floor, and we'll have a cup of coffee as we discuss the investment options that are available to you. Otherwise, you can also engage us on the various social media platforms. You can write to us on the email address that is provided on the screen, or you can even call us on the number that is provided on the screen, and we'll be happy to respond to you. My name is Pius Mugo, the Managing Director of Nabo Capital, and you're watching Invest in Africa.